I thought it just increased through the technology.
Welcome to Althorp. This house, during its 500-year history, has played host to those tackling the key social and political moments of their time, from the abolition of slavery, voter rights, and the care of prisoners, the elderly, and the most vulnerable children. All of that has been discussed under this roof.
In February 2020, we were lucky enough to have 80 Catalyst members come here for what was the very first in-person meeting. It was a time to lay the framework for what it was we wanted to achieve and how, but it was also a time to gather as a group, get to know each other, and connect as a community. Since that time, despite all the challenges that this year has brought, Catalyst has grown in size and strength. We are honored that Althorp can continue to play a small role in supporting the amazing work of this community. And now, over to Emily for the awards.
Welcome to our very first Catalyst 2030 Awards, from Lebanon to Dakar to Delhi. My name is Emily Kasriel, and I'm delighted to welcome you here, because Catalyst 2030 is a global movement of social entrepreneurs and social innovators who share the common goal of creating innovative, people-centric ways to reach the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, by 2030. Because we believe that by collaborating and co-creating with stakeholders across the sectors, we can make systemic change happen. So let me give you a bit of a feel of what you can expect, and menu, so to speak, in the next hour, because I think that these first awards ceremony are going to be pretty special. So we've got two appetizers. Firstly, you're going to hear from our co-founder, laying out the vision for our powerful movement. And then everybody here and all across the world will be receiving very special blessings from one of the most respected spiritual leaders anywhere. In our first course, we're going to be honouring the founding supporters of Catalyst 2030. For our main course, we'll be recognising individuals, organisations and governments who are leading the way, enabling systemic change. And dessert, or pudding as we say here in the UK, is the National Government Awards. But first, it's my pleasure to introduce one of the most passionate advocates for system change, perhaps anywhere in the world, the co-founder and chief magician of Catalyst 2030, Jiru Bilamoria. Jiru.
Hi, Emily. Thank you very much for agreeing to MC the ceremony for us. Really appreciate it. Thank you all very much for being over here today. I'm excited, nervous, and just super, super happy to have you here for our first ever Catalyst Awards that are taking place. These awards are our chance to honor all of you, the ecosystem which has supported social entrepreneurs over the years. You are our shining lights, the stars with whom we have worked over the years, who have helped us in what we are doing. Essentially, everyone says, and the Social Progress Index, one of our members predicts, that the SDGs will only be achieved by 2082. Wow. We think, and we as social entrepreneurs came together to say, can't we all work together to actually achieve the SDGs by 2030? Just over a year ago, Catalyst was a WhatsApp group with entrepreneurs mainly from Ashoka, Skoll, Schwab, Echoing Green. We were together and we realized that individually we were making a lot of impact. Actually, individually, our entrepreneurs, our 550 entrepreneurs and members in this movement are reaching across all the 70 SDGs and impacting the lives of 2 billion people. But if we were to do this collectively, and that's what we thought, if we came together, if we were to do this collectively, wouldn't we be able to achieve much more? So we are together, the 550 strong membership of Catalyst, and all of you whom we are honoring today. A, welcome to our family, and B, join us for all of us to come together to collaborate and make achieving the SDGs a reality by 2030. Welcome to the award ceremony. Welcome to Catalyst on behalf of our phantasmaglorious membership. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you so much, Jeru. And this year, we are very honoured to welcome one of the world's most revered leaders, a man whose life embodies the highest level of compassion and our sense of our shared humanity that, of course, our world needs vitally today more than ever. So I'm delighted at the start of the ceremony to have special blessings from His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. And I should say he wanted to do them in person, but Corona got in the way. But let's hear his message in any instance.
I think firstly, I think we should make a distinction. Attachment and loving kindness. Attachment, you see, there is tendency of we and they. Now, like quantum physicists, you see, they say the destructive emotion very much based on appearances. Then there actually appearances and the reality, big differences. Now, quantum physicists, they say that is similar. Some of the Buddhist sort of way of approach also is the same. So all these constructive, destructive emotion very much based on appearances. So now compassion, not based on appearances, but deeper level. See, the appearances, this is my enemy, this is my friend. So attachment, anger. But deeper level, all are same sentient being or same human being. And then you see develop genuine sense of concern of their well-being. Now here, many reasons we have to live together. Now the ancient time, you see east, west, north, south, isolated. Now today, whole world become very close each other. So we have to live side by side. Therefore, according to that reality, we must develop a sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings.
That sense of oneness is so important. And now to share more about the vision for the awards, please join me in welcoming the chairperson of the awards committee, Matthew Bishop.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. My job, I guess, as chairman of the awards process was to get below the appearances that so often dominate award ceremonies and to get to the reality underneath. And as Giroux said in her remarks, the goal of these awards is really to recognize that systemic change has to be achieved and can only be achieved through collaboration and through the social entrepreneurs who make up the Catalyst movement, finding great allies and supporters all across the ecosystem of our society. And in making these awards, our goal is to really celebrate those allies out there who are doing things the right way. And it's been a tremendous privilege to be involved in hearing so many inspiring examples of how social entrepreneurs are being supported in their work by tremendous allies, whether they be philanthropists, companies, governments, multilateral agencies, and so on. It's really been quite a remarkable process. I would like to begin by thanking the Catalyst 2030 members for throwing themselves in so enthusiastically to this process. We had over 200 nominations from our members. We had the members engaged in providing quite detailed briefings on who they were nominating, and then we had a lot of feedback from the members throughout the process, including putting the shortlist of nominees to the members for a vote. I'd like to thank the awards committee within the Catalyst 2030 sort of a cluster of committees that we have that can make this whole movement work. They just put in tremendous amounts of work. And I'd like to thank our expert awards jury, who also came in to a process that I think we'd all admit was really being made up as we went along to provide tremendous expert insight. And I'm going to let the jury off the hook a bit here, because ultimately the final decisions on these awards were made by the incubation board of Catalyst 2030 with inputs from so many different people. I think there's probably never been a set of awards that has involved so much consultation with so many people, which is why I'm confident that although I know we will do this much better in future years, that everyone who is awarded today is a deserving honoree who is really making a difference in the world through their activities. So thank you to everyone for all you have done on this. As I say, this is a startup. This is the first time we've done these awards. We have learned a lot. We would like to hear more from you as we go forward and plan future years. But what I really want to do is look forward now to hearing about the honorees and the great work they're doing and how they can provide role models for so many other people who are in the world at the moment looking to help deliver the systems change that we all know must happen if we're going to get the SDGs achieved by 2030. Today, the next hour, we're going to hear so many great examples that we can all hopefully learn from and imitate. So thank you very much for everyone, for all you've done in making these awards possible. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you so very much, Matthew. And it really has been a very impressive and interesting process. Now, I just want to give you a quick intro to Catalyst 2030.
Catalyst 2030 started life as a WhatsApp group among social entrepreneurs, connecting to envision real transformational change. Launched at the World Economic Forum in January 2020, it's grown into a global movement accelerating change to ensure the SDGs are reached by 2030. Fueled by passion, our 550 members working in 195 countries have collectively put in an amazing 80,000 volunteer hours, touching the lives of 1 billion people. And we're driven by values, to which we hold ourselves accountable. 2020 was a busy year, co-creating 3 reports with partners and producing one of our own. Inviting high-level guests to participate in the Catalyzing Change campaign, hosting fireside chats and expert hours, which will be continuing in 2021. To celebrate our achievements, together we'll place our supporters in the limelight today with the first Catalyst 2030 Awards for Systemic Change.
And now it's time for our first awards, the Special Recognition Awards. And of course, we're going to find out much more about everybody shortlisted during Catalyst Week at the start of May. And Giroux, can I just turn to you and ask you, Why are we having these special recognition awards this year? Jeru, it'd be great to hear from you about these awards and why we're having them. Can we go to Jeru now, please?
Thank you. This was something that the members really, really wanted. So it was, I'd say, a collective decision of 500 plus people. We wanted to recognize the people who made this happen. The ecosystem, as we call them, the ecosystem players, or more lovingly, our very own big four. Ashoka, Skoll, Schwab, Echoing Green, they are the big four. They nurtured the ecosystem, they nurtured all of us, and for the past 20 years have helped, 20 plus years have helped build the session. Also, we wanted to honor those amazing donors who were there, who were the first ones to say, okay, this is an idea, but we believe in systems change. You guys are trying to do systems change. Let's support you. So therefore, unanimously, the community decided that we have to make sure that we honor them. And that's why we have the Special Recognition Awards. Over to you, Emily. And I just want to add, everyone wanted to give these awards. So there was such public demand in it. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Jeru. So to present our first award here, I want to go over to you, social entrepreneur Vera Cordero.
It's a huge privilege to introduce you, Bill. As many people know, Bill Drayton is a social entrepreneur with a long record of founding organization and public service. He launched Ashoka in 1981, and Ashoka has now more than 3,500 fellows all over the world. You, Bill, started this sector, and we honor you and love you deeply.
So thank you very much. And thanks to everyone here. What an amazing set of impacts. The Ashoka Fellows, 3/4 have changed national or international policy in 5 years. Everyone here is a role model, and you've helped local people stand up and be role models. It's now normal to care and to organize. That's a big change in itself. We know we're at a turning point in the world. Everything's changing. Everything's connected. If you ever have any doubt, just think about last year. We're in that new game. It's a wonderful game, and we're helping one another get better and better at it. Viz this meeting. But a lot of people are not, and they are being crushed. 2 statistics. Non-change-making America has lost 4 years of life expectancy in a generation. That's slow self-suicide. We've gone from change-making versus non-change-making having equal economic output. Now it's 2 to 1. That's 16 years. We are crushing those people, and they're angry. And we end up with us versus them politics, the exact opposite of what the Dalai Lama was talking about. And that makes it hard, impossible to solve our problems, any of them, all of which makes the old inequalities worse. So we are here together to make the ultimate human rights commitment. We are going to work together to make sure that everyone, meaning everyone, has the ultimate gift, the gift of being able to give. So thank you.
Great to see you, Bill. Always extraordinary insight. So to present our next awards, please welcome social entrepreneur Chris Yaunik.
Thank you, Emily. It is such a treat to introduce Cheryl Dorsey. I've known Cheryl for 25 years now, since we were just green, newly minted Echoing Green Fellows. Cheryl was a leader then, and she's been a leader, mentor, friend to so many of us ever since. She took over Echoing Green when it was still finding its footing and turned it into a force for social entrepreneurship. She's always leaned into challenges, and under her leadership, the Echoing Green Foundation has been at the forefront of racial justice issues, both inside and outside the sector. For all of that and more, we're happy to present this award to Cheryl and the Echoing Green Foundation. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm so happy to see you and to be with everyone here today. And you can see I have Echoing Green's award right here, and we will cherish it. I will say, as a member of this global community, Echoing Green is just so proud to be engaged in this type of collective action work needed to achieve the SDGs by 2030. And thrilled, but not at all surprised by how much Catalyst 2030 has achieved since we all convened and conspired at the Althorp House a little over a year ago. We are also equally thrilled as a founding partner organization standing alongside our ecosystem colleagues at Ashoka, Schwab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship, and Skoll Foundation to receive this special honor award. I also want to say thank you so much to Matthew Bishop, awards chairperson, Jeru Billamoria, chief facilitator and fearless leader, the high-level jury who considered nominations, and the Catalyst 2030 board who confirmed them. This really does mean a lot to us at Echoing Green, and we're going to display this award with pride. You know, the last thing I'll say is that we know that movements build momentum through strategy, but they're ultimately sustained by creativity, community, and joy, especially as they begin to shift power by inspiring people and organizations to fight for what would be impossible to achieve alone. The work we're doing together is about transforming unjust systems, but by being a part of Catalyst 2030 together, we find ourselves transformed as well. So thank you for welcoming us into this community, and Echoing Green looks forward to the journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, and congratulations, Cheryl, and community and inspiration and strategy. What brilliant words to move us forward. To present the next award, please welcome social entrepreneur Luvuyo Rani.
It is an honor and a privilege for me to present the awards to Hilda Schwab, the Schwab Foundation. Schwab Foundation has played a critical role in building ecosystem in the last 20 years for social entrepreneurs around the world by bringing government and big businesses. I was awarded in 2016, and I received much more publicity and opened many doors in South Africa. So congratulations, Hilda, for this amazing work that we are doing.
Thank you so much, Luvuyo, and thank you to all of you for this award, also in the name of Klaus. As you know, we created the Schwab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship 20 years ago to find individual social entrepreneurs whose organizations understood the problems on the ground and found very concrete and innovative way to support millions of people. Since the year 2000, of course, the network of social entrepreneurs has expanded dramatically. And I am proud of all the dedicated individuals who continue their work worldwide and with great results. Catalyst 2030 is a laudable initiative to bring the community together of all those social entrepreneurs. And I'm very touched that you are conferring an award to the Schwab Foundation. And to all the other supporters and pioneers of social entrepreneurship, my congratulations to all of you here. This award will inspire and serve as an example for many to join us.
Hilda?
This award will inspire and serve as an example for many to join our efforts towards systems change in view of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. We can always learn from each another and striving for the best. And I look forward to continuing our collaboration.
So very much, and congratulations, Hilda. So I'm now going to hand over for our next award to somebody I saw in Joburg just before lockdown, social entrepreneur Mariana Iskander. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Emily. I'm delighted to introduce Don Gibbs and the Skoll Foundation for our next recognition. The Skoll Foundation works to catalyze transformational social change. They do this by investing in, connecting, and championing social entrepreneurs and innovators who together advance bold and equitable solutions to the world's most pressing problems. It's therefore no surprise that they led with their mission to become the very first donor to support the Catalyst 2030 ecosystem. And for me personally, it's definitely no surprise to see Don Gipps leading the way. Don's leadership of the Skoll Foundation has been so inspiring as they lift up the work of movement builders and systems orchestrators. Thank you, Don, for what you and Skoll are doing to support this community. Over to you.
Thank you, Mariana. I always have you introduce me because you make me sound so good, so thank you. It's wonderful to be here in this company of so many friends and co-conspirators. I see almost 400 of us on this call, and so wonderful to be honored along with Hilda Schwab, Bill Drayton, and Cheryl Dorsey, who are two of my mentors, and just a particular shout out to Giroux, the magician. I love that. I want to start by thanking Catalyst 2030 for recognizing Skoll's role in the formation of this important group. But the truth is, we're the ones who are honored to be a part of this journey. We, like all of you, we believe social entrepreneurs and innovators are critical to achieving the SDGs and recovering from the crisis that struck the world with this pandemic. We see social innovators across sectors, and we're going to get a chance to meet some of those incredible leaders today. Without these new ways of thinking and organizing, we will not be able to meet the SDGs, and this new thinking needs to extend to philanthropy. And we're learning so much from the Catalyst 2030 on that journey. As a social entrepreneur and practitioner-led organization, you guys are leading the systems orchestration for philanthropy and across sector. I'm so excited to work with you and looking forward to exciting things to come.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Don. And it's great for Catalyst 2030 to be collaborating so closely with the Skoll Foundation. Next, we're going to be honoring two fantastic leaders who are championing systems change in this sector for many, many years. To present our next award, please welcome social entrepreneur Urvashi Sunny.
Hello. It is my honor and privilege to announce the special recognition to the Chandler Foundation and Tim Handstaff. He is truly a rare man, a remarkable combination of social entrepreneur turned donor who understands the sector and its complexity. A more humble and unassuming person would be hard to find. Our very own rock star donor. Everyone at Catalyst 2030, everyone at Catalyst 2030, Tim, joins me in congratulating you and the Chandler Foundation team.
Thank you so much, Urvashi. On behalf of Richard Chandler and my colleagues at the Chandler Foundation, I'm honored to accept this award. Some of you know me from my decades of leading Landesa, but for the past 2 years, I've had the privilege and the challenge of moving from a doer organization to a donor organization. Now, those years of leading a doer organization taught me a lot about tackling big problems, about the importance of changing systems to achieve scale impact, and about the necessity of collaborating and a systems mindset in doing so. Leading a doer organization also taught me a bit about what is broken on the donor side of the equation. So when I was asked by Richard Chandler to lead his foundation and work to fund systems change and to join others to make philanthropy more effective, I welcome the challenge. Our work with Catalyst 2030 is key to the Chandler Foundation dream of creating a world flourishing with everyone's creativity. Our Catalyst membership allows us to better partner with social entrepreneurs, like so many on the call here, with government and with other donors in new and innovative ways. We believe that philanthropy done well can and should address root causes rather than merely symptoms. We believe that philanthropy done well should support social innovators who aim to change systems, who aim to catalytically help governments and markets work better. This will require aiming higher and with a mindset to embrace multi-stakeholder partnerships, long-term commitments, and an ability to build solutions based on local knowledge. Philanthropy can do better, and we must do better. partnering with Catalyst 2030 and its members is part of that formula for success. Thank you again. Let's be the change we need to see in the world.
Thank you so very much, Tim. And it's fascinating, isn't it? The insights that you've got from being a doer and bringing that into the world of being a donor in order to be the change we want to see in the world. Let me now hand over to our next social entrepreneur, Janet Longmore.
Hello, and it is my true delight to announce our next honoree, Rita Roy and the MasterCard Foundation. Rita, you are an outstanding and compassionate leader, a systems thinker from the beginning, putting young people at the heart of systems change. Thank you, and thank you to your foundation for believing in all of us at Catalyst 2030. Your leadership and actions are a gift of hope to young people across Africa and beyond. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet. And I want to just say congratulations to Janet, Giroux, to all of the honorees, but most importantly, to all of the members of Catalyst 2030. It's fantastic to join all of you from Kigali, Rwanda, where I've recently moved. And also fantastic to see so many friends on this call, and hopefully new friends I've yet to meet. I want to just start off by saying that I think all of us, however we came to this work, whether it seems serendipitous or through intention, I know all of us bring our heart and minds to this, and that we share a common vision of wanting a world that's much more equitable, peaceful, and where there's justice. And that's what really drives all of us. And whether we call upon that resource inside of us, as the Dalai Lama spoke of a moment ago about compassion, or whether it comes from our own life experience, I think I find that it's incredibly important to come back to our own stores and understand why it is we do our work. I want to say a couple things just in honor of all of you. You know, throughout my career, I think of how many times I could have taken different turns, and yet what kept me going was meeting inspiring, mission-driven individuals who were exemplars in my life and who were extremely influential. And today, in this work at the MasterCard Foundation, in my own leadership journey, your inspiration continues, and it's a constant reminder. It's a reminder not only about the sense of urgency, but also a reminder that we have a duty to be optimistic, because if we aren't optimistic, who will be optimistic? And so as you move forward, carrying out the work that you do, your mission, in pursuit of what we call today the SDGs, I just wish all of you the best of luck. I hope that we will find ways that we collaborate, whether you know, in terms of ideas, whether in terms of just supporting each other, because this is hard work. This in some ways is unglamorous work, and yet it's probably the most important work, the most fulfilling work that we could do, especially as we think about the work and the world we are bequeathing to young people, future generations of leaders, future generations of social entrepreneurs and social innovators. Just as, you know, we inherited the world from those who come before us, and we stand on the shoulders of giants. I really, really want to just say thank you again for this recognition, and to wish all of you the best. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Rita. And like the people you support, you are certainly someone driven by a mission. So our next two honorees have been really very early supporters of Catalyst 2030. So we're really delighted to be celebrating with them today. Can I please turn to Colin McElwee?
Hey, hello to everybody. You know, it's hard to start a new organization, never mind a new global movement. You need a special kind of DNA, whether it's not to be afraid of hard work, not to be afraid of risk, but above all, to be visionary and have the courage to make change and to make global change. And so today, I want to, in the name of Catalyst, honor somebody that embodies all of that DNA, Amy Goldman from the GHR Foundation.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Colin, and a warm hello from GHR Foundation in Minneapolis in the United States. It's really wonderful to see all the faces as we're celebrating together. I can feel the optimism and the joy coming across my small screen from this large community. I really just want to echo so many of the sentiments that the others have shared. At GHR, we have entrepreneurial roots, and that really allows us to have a kindred spirit with this Catalyst community, and we are so honored to be recognized. It really is the work of all of you that we want to spotlight, and this profound collaboration also among the funders that is bringing this effort to life. It's a remarkable community of allies working tirelessly, really to serve the common good. There's no doubt right now with the devastation of COVID-19 that it has awakened the world to a crisis of individualism and of systems that are broken. We know that with health, the economic systems, and racial inequities that have really been growing rather than shrinking. We also see this as offering us a critical crossroads to rethink the way forward. We see reason for hope in communities like Catalyst. We hear new calls for change, and at GHR, we're leaning into that, taking steps today that prepare for a different future, one that heals, that builds community, and creates conditions for equity and solidarity to flourish. That is why the work that each of you do is so important. I'm really inspired by Catalyst values. They resonate with our values at GHR. And think about it, working from a place of values is bound to generate amazing returns. Humble audacity and a spirit to pursue what seems impossible, recognizing that how we do our work, how we work together towards shared goals and in partnership with community is as important as the goal itself. This is really wonderful to see. So such a privilege to be among you today. My thanks to each and every one of you for the work that you do, with a special thanks to Jiru and Matthew and the entire General Assembly for the ongoing efforts of recognition today. So cheers to all of you.
Thank you so very much, Amy, and congratulations. I love that word, humble audacity, the juxtaposition of those two words together. That's so powerful. We're just seeing all your contributions on the chat as really, to me, reflects the scale and interrelationships of our community. So that is fantastic. So for the next award, please welcome Meenakshi Gupta.
Hello, everyone. I think when we started Catalyst 2030 back in February 2020, I don't think any one of us knew that COVID was coming our way, and we were headed for a global disaster. And so the work of the relentless work of organizations, foundations like the Shockwave Foundation on building and supporting and standing by the work of my community of social entrepreneurs during this time, and as an ongoing work on climate adaptation and resilience building is something that we really cherish, and we would like to really honor that work and hope that more and more of that happens across the world, because we are getting more disasters and we need to prepare and be ready. So Shockwave Foundation's work is a real stellar in that sense, to show us how foundations and organizations can stand with social entrepreneurs in doing the hard work and the difficult work of disaster response. Over to Shockwave Foundation.
Shockwave Foundation is dedicated to helping communities most affected by the climate catastrophe adapt, survive, and thrive. We're working to create an ecosystem of innovation via catalytic grants and impact investments, and are dedicated to catalyzing and replicating great ideas and experiments. We're humbled by the innovation, collaborations, and impact of our partners. We feel incredibly honored to receive this recognition from the Catalyst 2030 community and feel privileged to work alongside those employing a systems change approach to achieve the SDGs. Systems change is nebulous, complex, and really difficult, but we believe the cost of waiting on the sidelines is too high. We all need to not only support initiatives, but the capacity to create an ecosystem that fosters connection and accelerates change. And while we accept this recognition today, we do want to recognize the true heroes in this work are the entrepreneurs and the change makers who are working to make this world a better place every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Emily.
Thank you so very much, Jeru, and congratulations. Thank you so very much, Jeru, and congratulations, Jennifer. Now, this award event is so exciting, but it's only 1 hour, and that's why we have Catalyst Week. So, Jeru, tell me, what treats have you got in store for us there?
You know what? We wanted to spotlight the work of everyone, and that's why we have Catalyzing Change Week. Over there, all our nominees and all our awardees are going to have special sessions, 1 hour sessions, 1.5 hours, depending on they want, to basically go into the best practices that they have and to highlight and draw attention on what they're doing so we can use that to accelerate the systems change we want to see. So together, like Tim said, we can build a better world and accelerate systems change, most important. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you so much, Jeru. Now, the words catalyzing change, we kind of all know what they mean, but they can also feel quite abstract. So Matthew, can you explain?
Well, in a nutshell, I think what we're trying to do with catalyzing change is to see all the different players in the system work together in a more co-creative way, in a more collaborative way. So, social entrepreneurs are out there on the front line. They've got great ideas. They're hearing from people who are really struggling and inventing new solutions on the ground, but none of those things can really, make a big difference at the sort of scale that is needed unless all the rest of the system is aligned around making change happen. And so with these awards, through Catalyst 2030, we're really trying to highlight the best practices that have also been written about in 3 reports that Catalyst 2030 has published over the last year.
Shoes are off.
Including particularly embracing complexity, but from COVID from crisis to systems change, and also new allies to show how all the different players in the system could be doing things very differently. And I think what's clear in all our conversations is that the social entrepreneurs on the front line really love those allies they can find that are doing things the right way, but so often those are the exceptions rather than the norm. And what we hope to do with this movement is change the norms of collaboration and co-creation so that we really can have the kind of systems change that's going to have to happen if we're going to get the SDGs by 2030. Back to you, Emily.
The norms of collaboration through Catalyst 2030?
Well, this is one of the ways, by highlighting the amazing practices that everyone who's been honored here today. That's what we're doing, where the goal is to really shift in terms of what we call good practices. And it's such a great honor to be able to highlight the work of everyone that's been nominated today.
Thank you so very much, Karen. So now we're going to go to the Individual Philanthropist Award. And for this category, we're recognizing someone who's donated money or time or resources for systems change. Now, there were a lot of decisions to be made. And what we did is we created criteria which were based on 2 reports published this year by the community, getting from crisis to systems change, as well as embracing complexity. And on screen, you can see the detailed criteria. Now, the criteria were used by the committee and the jury to make decisions. And so this year, we're really honored to be presenting the Catalyst 2030 Award to individual philanthropists who have embraced system change in their mindset, giving a real true working together in partnerships with social entrepreneurs. But first, here are the finalists of the Individual Philanthropist Awards. So we are delighted to recognize first, but not first, just number one, Azim Premji, Mackenzie Scott, Jack Dorsey, Libby and Mary Ellen Cunningham, two amazing sister philanthropists. Chuse Louise Idio Sedotpal, who was, by the way, fantastic at helping us launch our Brazilian chapter. And Daniel Sachs, who's been really committed to building a vibrant and inclusive democracies. So, our Individual Philanthropist Award is being presented by two winners. Presented to two winners, I should say, Azim Premji and Mackenzie Scott, who sadly are unable to join us today. But I would like now to invite the chairperson of our awards committee to present the Lifetime Achievement Award for Philanthropy. Please welcome Matthew Bishop to our virtual stage.
Emily, thank you. So the Lifetime Achievement Award is going to Ray Chambers, who, to me, really, I've written about lots of philanthropists, he embodies a systems change approach to philanthropy. I first really got to know Ray when he was working on the Malaria No More work, and really pulling together everyone from governments and the World Health Organization and the UN to big companies to social entrepreneurial organizations on the ground, and really somehow getting all those different groups to work together in exactly the kind of connected, co-creative way that I think these awards are celebrating today, and that Catalyst 2030 is created to promote. So, Ray, I know this year particularly you've been at the heart of the global efforts to respond to COVID and this terrible pandemic, and so I can't think of a more fitting person for us to give a Lifetime Achievement Award to than you, and just thank you for all that you do. Oh, you're on mute, Ray.
Am I now live?
Yes.
Thanks, Matthew. And thanks to Catalyst 2030 for this great honor. I'd like to congratulate my fellow nominees and awardees as well. So moved by what I've learned today about the coming together and collaborative approach of Catalyst 2030 and what His Holiness the Dalai Lama said about our being one with the 8 billion people in the world. And it echoes what Nelson Mandela said when he explained Ubuntu to us: I am because you are. Things have changed so much in the world in the last year and a half, and the Sustainable Development Goals have become more difficult. At the same time, I'm encouraged by seeing more and more young business leaders turning toward giving back at a younger age. Corporations are now talking for the first time about social impact, and generations in family foundations want to make a difference instead of just writing checks. The biggest challenge we're going to face as social entrepreneurs for the Sustainable Development Goals will be the lack of funding, liquidity. We're going to need trillions of dollars in the next 9 years to have a chance at achieving those goals. And we're really going to have to think out of the box, or as my friend Deepak Chopra said, get rid of the box. Along those lines, some food for thought. Can we convince teachers and other beneficiaries of the trillions of dollars of pension funds to demand of the fund managers to take less of a return and more of a risk to focus on supporting social entrepreneurs. Elon Musk has announced that he's going to build a new city in Texas called Starbase. Can we convince Elon at the same time to consider building a similar city of the future at the border, since his Starbase city is right close to the border, to help us deal with this overwhelming migrant situation? With the 1 million community health workers that we're trying to put together in the next year or two, can we listen to what Chuck Slaughter said and give them the opportunity to add toothpaste and shampoo to their medicine bags so they can be self-sustaining? We really need these ideas. And while the challenges and needs are great, I'm so inspired by the positive thinking, creativity, and optimism of our social entrepreneurs and their growing community. Thank you very much.
So very much, Ray. So our next category is donor organizations and philanthropic intermediary. So our members work with over 1,000 donors. So, hey, it's been really tough to come up with a shortlist. But we hope that being recognized as a finalist in this category is an honor in itself, and is certainly a measure of our respect for the vital work that they do. Because everybody on the shortlist is one of our significant allies who are showcasing a more effective way to achieve the SDGs. So this year, we're honored to present Catalyst 2030 Awards to donor organizations who embrace a systems mindset, providing sustained core funding and collaborate with social entrepreneurs in everything they do. So there are 3 subcategories of this award. We've got small donor organizations who give less than $25 million, large donor organizations who give them more than $25 million, and we've got the philanthropic intermediaries in the middle. So Karen, you've been chairing the donor section of the awards. Could you please explain the thinking behind it?
Well, it was really a collaborative effort to come up with the criteria. So it was a real group effort to create the reports that you were talking about before, embracing complexity. All of those reports were done with the whole community's input, and then we pulled the criteria from those. So this is what the community believes are good funding practices that support their efforts at systems change.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Karen. And so I'm delighted to introduce these organizations as finalists for the Small Donor Organization Award. So first off, the Drossos Foundation.
Echidna Giving.
Engagement Migros.
The Garfield Foundation.
Imago Dei Fund.
The Mark Leonard Trust.
The Osprey Foundation.
The Pathy Family Foundation.
Stiftung Mercator Schweiz.
The Tecovas Foundation.
Thousand Currents.
And the Open Road Alliance.
Thank you so much, Karen, and congratulations to all of those brilliant, brilliant donors. So now we'd like to announce the winner of the Small Donor Organization Award. We today are honoring the Garfield Organization for your very thoughtful and equitable way that you support systems transformation.
Hi, thank you so very much for this lovely recognition of the Garfield Foundation's work, none of which would have been possible without the support and encouragement of the founding Garfield Foundation Board of Directors, Brian Garfield, Ron Berman, and Michael Baldwin. and its newest trustees, Bina Garfield and Jeremiah Marquez. The Garfield Foundation is blessed with a generative, creative, and talented team. Ruth Rominger, who I was hoping would be on the screen with me today, leads our Collaborative Networks program. And our other teammates, Eleni Sotos, Mateza Tala, Molly Spiegelman, Jennifer Berman, and Jessica Conrad. 18 years ago, the Garfield Foundation experimented with systems thinking by gathering a group of US funders and nonprofits to consider together the system that was holding carbon polluting energy so solidly in place in America's Midwest. The REAMP network, 140 organizations strong, formed and is still collaborating today to equitably reduce greenhouse gases across the US economy. In 2014, modeling the REAMP experience, to think systemically and act collaboratively, the Garfield seeded another collaborative network called the Cancer-Free Economy Network that also used systems frameworks to inform its collaborative action to eliminate toxic pollutants that cause cancer and other diseases from the economy. While these two collaborative networks anchor Garfield's environmental grant making, we work with so many additional partners to advance systems change practices. We deeply appreciate all of our colleagues from whom we learn so much, and we celebrate them on this special day, along with all the nominees for the Catalyst 2030 Award. And just thank you so much. This is such a lovely recognition. We deeply appreciate it and are very proud to be part of this community.
Thank you so much, Jenny, and congratulations to the Garfield Foundation. So in our large donor organization category, here are the finalists. The Bush Foundation, the Ford Foundation, Porticus, and Luminate. So now we're going to be announcing the winner of our Large Donor Organization Award. Now, this is really, we've decided to give this award today in recognition of your leadership during our COVID-19 crisis across the world and for encouraging other donors to increase their giving. We're presenting this award to the Ford Foundation. We know you're really busy, but we hope you appreciate this award, even though you can't join us today. So, time now to introduce the philanthropic intermediary finalists. The Global Philanthropy Alliance, Central Square Foundation, DKA Austria, Global Fund for Children, Greenwood Place, and the Mona Foundation. And so who's going to win? Well, to announce the winners of the philanthropic intermediary, which is really in recognition of your investment in the community of entrepreneurial philanthropists and the organization they support for the long term, I'd like to present this award to Greenwood Place.
Thank you. Thank you so much. On behalf of Greenwood Place, we're honoured and delighted to receive this award. And more so because the Catalyst 2030 award process from nomination to selection has involved so many from the global community of social entrepreneurs and change makers. It feels incredibly moving to be part of this extraordinary community. We created Greenwood Place just 4 years ago to enable mezzanine level philanthropists, those without large staffed foundations, to be seriously impactful. And we are thrilled that Catalyst 2030 has recognized the value of this work and the way it can enable transformational change, the change that we need to make as a community and as a planet. Hand over to my partner, Louisa Brassi, who I can see in the corner.
Thank you, Rebecca. It's a huge honor to win this prize and be part of this community. Our tiny business, which, as Rebecca said, has grown over the last 4 years, really believes in the value of high impact and long-term unrestricted support of outstanding change makers in the community. And through this platform, we really hope we've opened the door for many philanthropists to accelerate their giving and move us much faster towards achieving the SDGs. So thank you all for having us, and we are hugely honored to be part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Louise and Rose. Restricted support is so important. So now we're turning to the awards to the corporates, for corporates who catalyze change through investments. So Matthew, can you explain, how did you decide who is going to be the award winner in this category?
Yeah, I think this was one of the hardest awards to get the category definition right, because I think we're all in the world really struggling to make sense of what is good corporate behavior. We didn't want to just award corporates that had big foundations. We wanted to really get to the heart of what drives the corporation, the purpose, and how they treat stakeholders and the broader ecosystem through their core business activities. And so we were looking for companies that really embodied in everything that they do the kind of commitment to building a better world through the systems change that's needed. And so that's what we were looking for.
Thank you so much, Matthew. So for this year, we're honoured to present the Catalyst 2030 Award to corporate organisations who really collaborate with social entrepreneurs, who pursue a triple bottom line and are strong on the corporate social responsibility, as Matthew said, in the core of everything that they do. So here in the corporate category, here are our finalists. Kinnevik, White Martins, Cisco Systems Inc., IKEA, MasterCard, Salesforce, and SAP. So to present the awards in the corporate category, please welcome Neelam Chibba.
Okay, hi. So it's a real honor to be here. And I just want to check, am I announcing the award too, as to who's getting the award? Okay, great. So I have the great honor of presenting the award to IKEA. It's incredible that I have been asked to announce the award as well as to talk a little bit about IKEA. There has been a lot of conversation today about how corporates are thinking about how they could affect systems change. I think corporations have played a great role in systems change always. It's just that now they all need to double up and do a lot more. And IKEA has been instrumental in pursuing this for the last 8 years. So we've had the incredible honor of being engaged with them and seeing them at very close quarters. They initiated IKEA Next Generation, which today is called IKEA Social Entrepreneurs, whereby they bring social entrepreneurs into their value chain. They work a lot in deep hand-holding social entrepreneurs to navigate global supply chains. And it's really amazing how this impacts the lives of women at the first mile. IKEA as a corporation has 2 SDG goals. I know a lot about it, which is basically women and circular economy, right? So they have taken the pathway of their business. And it's a trendsetter for the world and for all global corporations to make systems change a mainstream activity of their business. Thank you so much, and really, really happy to have this award go to you, and also to recognize all the great work that all the other corporations nominated here are doing. Thank you.
We are so humbled to receive this great award on behalf of the whole of IKEA. Our vision to create a better everyday life for the many people is a social mission to begin with, but it has never probably been more relevant than it is today. We dedicate this award to all the many social entrepreneurs out there. We are so inspired by all the hard work that you are doing to contribute to a better world. And as Ingmar said, we are only at the beginning.
We are happy to be able to support social entrepreneurs on the important mission to create a world that works for everyone and inclusive business. So thank you again for this award.
We are proud to be recognized for our efforts for creating sustainable business with these social business partners, enabling them to create livelihood and for them to become financially inclusive. Thank you.
Congratulations, IKEA. So for this year, we're honoured to present the Catalyst 2030 Award to a bi or multilateral regional body who really embodies our principles through their work on social entrepreneurs. With social entrepreneurs, I should say. First, here are the finalists. USAID El Salvador, International Development Research Centre in Canada, the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, and the Swiss Development Corporation. To present the Bi and Multilateral Regional Body Awards, I'd like to welcome Elena Bonometti.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum and Nangadef. Very warm greetings from here in Senegal. So at Tostan that I do represent, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, and it feels so special today to have the honor to present an award to an organization that has helped us be where we are today. So bilaterals, multilaterals, regional bodies are making some major contribution, and we really trust that you will keep doing this. But among all these actors, there is one winner that really does stand out today. And that is NORAD, the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation. NORAD has been a leading organization among bilaterals. NORAD seeks to build funding partnership for impact and long-term sustainability. They prioritize organizational health and community impact. And I can tell you from our own experience at Tostan, and we have been to the field together to visit those communities that they support, that they are a partner that wants to work deeply, that wants to support the advancement of our mission as social entrepreneurs. It is my greatest honor today to present the award in the bilateral, multilateral, and regional body category to NORAD, the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation.
Hello, everyone, and thank you. On behalf of NORAD, the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, I'm really proud and honored to receive the Catalyst Award. The Sustainable Development Goals are our goals in NORAD. They are our vision. And our mission is to invest strategically to reach them alongside and with partners, always with a partner. And thus to receive an award for doing so in a long-term and strategic way makes us especially proud. In order to invest in the Sustainable Development Goals, we also have to innovate. And in our innovation work, we partner with social entrepreneurs throughout the world. And finding ways of trying out new solutions, innovating, working with new methods is an integral part of our strategy and our thinking. And thus, again, it's so inspiring to receive an award for doing that. Have a great evening to all of you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, NORAD, always innovating. Now, I promised you, with all these awards, we will be getting to dessert. And our dessert is to be presenting the Catalyst 2030 Awards to a few national governments who really embody the principles of co-creation and true partnership with social entrepreneurs. So here are our finalists. The government of Liberia, the government of Paraguay, the Ministry of National Unity in Malaysia, the government of Taiwan, the Ministry of Health in Malawi, the Finnish National Commission on Sustainable Development, the government in Pakistan of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Scottish government, and the South African national government. So we want to be presenting these national government awards into 4 regional winners. That's Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. And if you want to know why, you can check the criteria, which I hope are going to come up on your screen. So to present our first award in Africa, please join me in welcoming Patrick Sikana.
Greetings from Village Reach, and congratulations to all the awardees, particularly the Ministry of Health in Malawi for winning the government award for Africa. Honorable Deputy Minister, our collaboration with your ministry on the Chipatala Chapa Phone or Health Center by Phone speaks to the firm commitment that you have as the government to adopt proven and innovative solutions. Take those solutions to scale and then make a big difference in the lives of your people. We remain committed as Village Reach to working with you and other governments across the continent to transform healthcare delivery to reach everyone. It's therefore now my pleasure to invite Honorable Chrissy Kalamula Kanyansho, Member of Parliament and Deputy Minister of Health in Malawi, to accept the award.
Hello, everyone. It is with great joy and honor to be part of this event. I'm the Deputy Minister of Health in Malawi. Let me start by thanking the Catalyst 2030 community for honoring and recognizing Malawi through the Ministry of Health with its first annual Catalyst 2030 award for systemic social change under the national government category. I would like to also thank all the partners who have contributed in making this award and the program in which we have won this award. In these are Village Reach, JACE, ONSE, and Airtel Malawi. The program would not have reached where it is if it were not for their contributions. Thank you very much. In brief, the Ministry of Health in Malawi has been recognized for its Chipatala Chapa Phone program. This is a toll-free telemedicine platform that equips all Malawians, especially those in the remote areas, with vital information, therefore contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 by providing universal health coverage. Recently, the program has been of great importance in the COVID-19 pandemic response. On behalf of the Malawi Ministry of Health and the entire Republic of Malawi, let me say thank you once again. Thank you for listening, and thank you for this award. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
And congratulations to the Ministry of Health, Malawi. To present the next award for the Americas, please welcome Yves Murray.
Thank you, Emily. As President and CEO of Fondation Capital, I'm really pleased to present the winner for the Government Award of the Americas region, the Government of Paraguay. We are honored with the presence of the Vice Minister of Social Policy, Ministry of Social Development, Mr. Caio Cáceres, who's receiving the award on behalf of the government. This award recognizes the work of the government of Paraguay in strengthening the social protection system, the transformative effort of the Ministry of Social Development to focus on the clear goal of sending extreme poverty to a museum That is systems change at its best. And last but not least, the installation of a Sustainable Development Goals Commission, leveraging innovative processes and including a lot of stakeholders, different kind of stakeholders. Congratulations, Mr. Vice Minister.
Muchas gracias. En nombre del Gobierno de la República del Paraguay, expreso el agradecimiento al Movimiento Global Catalyst 2030, organizadora de la primera edición de los premios Catalyst 2030 Award, que busca reconocer a agentes que promueven y contribuyen a los cambios de sistemas, reconociendo a actores sectoriales cuya contribución permite esfuerzos de colaboración para alcanzar los objetivos de desarrollo sostenible. Este premio nos sirve para valorar el camino que estamos transitando, de manera a garantizar el ejercicio de derechos a nuestros compatriotas y en profundizar nuestros programas para lograr una mayor equidad y cohesión social en el Paraguay. Agradecemos a la Fundación Capital por esta postulación y desde el Ministerio de Desarrollo Social seguiremos caminando juntos en el afán de buscar equidad y calidad de vida para nuestros compatriotas con políticas sociales inclusivas y con un sistema de protección social que no deje a nadie atrás. Muchas gracias.
Congratulations, Caio, and the government of Paraguay. So, to present our National Government Award Asia, please welcome Odin Mullenwein.
It's a great pleasure to present this award to the Digital Minister of Taiwan, Audrey Tang. Taiwan's Regulation Sandbox platform, the President's Cup Social Innovation Hackathon, the Social Innovation Labs, the many collaborations between the government and innovators. Audrey Tang has invigorated the culture of social and digital innovation across Taiwan. Her leadership is often mentioned as a key reason for Taiwan's success against the COVID crisis. A US radio program even suggested to clone her, and I, for one, support that idea. Congratulations and a big thank you to Audrey Tang.
Good local time, everyone. It is my honor to be here today on behalf of Premier Su Zhenchang and the government of Taiwan to receive this special award from the board of Catalyst 2030. We are delighted that the government of Taiwan was nominated for our ongoing commitment to advancing and institutionalizing social innovations. We're illustrated not only by our annual presidential hackathon, but also last year by Taiwan's tackling of the COVID-19 pandemic. As you might know, since the outbreak of COVID-19, Taiwan has successfully countered the pandemic with no lockdown and countered the infodemic with no takedown. So far, we have around just 1,000 confirmed cases, most of them stopped at the borders, and only 10 deaths related to the virus. This success is based on joint efforts by both the Taiwanese citizen and the government, with social innovation playing a key role. In Taiwan, we deeply embrace democracy, openness, and freedom of speech. With these core values, we are able to create a friendly environment for collective intelligence and social innovation. We are delighted that our efforts and results have been recognized by Catalyst 2030 with your special award. Taiwan can help, and Taiwan is helping. We are ready to share experience with you and learn from your experience. I would like to thank you again for inviting me here and honoring Taiwan with this prestigious award. Live long and prosper.
Congratulations to the government and Taiwan. What extraordinary innovation leading to success in combating COVID-19 in that country. So to present our National Government Award for Europe, please welcome social entrepreneur and personal friend, Sue Riddlestone.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, wherever you are. I'm delighted to announce that the Finnish government win the award for leading the way in Europe in the way in which they work with social entrepreneurs and indeed the whole of society with respect and support in order to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals both nationally and internationally at the UN. We've achieved a lot together, especially for Goal 12, and we're so happy to shine a light on you. So I'm honoured to invite Ms. Krista Mikkonen, the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change in Finland and Vice Chair of Finland's National Commission on Sustainable Development, to accept the award. Congratulations, Minister.
Thank you. And dear friends, it's my great honor to receive this recognition on behalf of the Prime Minister Sanna Marin and the whole government of Finland. Finland's work for sustainable development is based on 5 important building blocks: government's leadership, multi-stakeholder participation, science-based knowledge, policy coherence, and social innovation. Our multi-stakeholder National Commission on Sustainable Development has been the main platform for sustainable development for almost 30 years. For Finland, SDG 12 on consumption and production is a challenge and an opportunity. We need to move from linear economy to a circular one. Government has adopted a climate neutrality target by 2035 and decided to set objectives for the use of natural resources. We strive to get all key sectors and actors on board to work towards the same end. At the same time, we have worked with our international partners to enhance sustainable practices worldwide concerning, for example, buildings and construction and smartphones. Once again, thank you. This award belongs to all members of the Finnish National Commission.
Congratulations, Krista and the government of Finland. And that brings us to the end of our very first Catalyst 2030 award. I'd like to thank Karen and husband Charles and cat Luna, who's been wandering around here in Althorp. But of course, it might be the end of our first awards, but it's just the beginning of our ongoing work with all our amazing finalists and awardees. Jeru.
Thank you, Emily. Thank all of you award winners, honorees, Catalyst members, everybody for being with us today. As Emily said, this is the beginning. We'll work closely with you towards catalyzing change, where we hope to be able to accelerate the change we wish to see. And thank you very, very, very much. I apologize for some of the technical glitches which happened with Zoom. I do apologize for that. It's our first year, it's our learning, but once again, thank you very much. And onwards to catalyzing change, where we will see and work towards the change we hope to happen very soon and achieve the SDGs. Thank you. Thank you to my wonderful membership. Big hug, everybody. Love you guys. Super. Thank you. Bye-bye.